So hello and welcome back. Right, so we are going to be getting through this. Now, I've already showed you guys what's in it. I've put the link up there for that video where I teased it at the end after doing the opening and reviews. So you should know what's in this book already. It's chock full of awesome content. Just non-stop lore on the flesh eater quartz, and then we got an extensive build guide, which is what we're going to be blasting through. And I mean, when it comes to the crypticals, you only have to build one and you know how to build all of them, because it's one of the older kits which are a lot more versatile, because all the sockets are exactly the same on all of the parts. So all the arms, all the legs, all the torsos are interchangeable, same as the heads. So it's perfect for you could have like 200 of these and not a single one would look the same. And then we're gonna blast through the painting section as well, so it's very extensive as well. As I have covered before, some of the paints you don't have yet, but you do get later on in the collection, and they supply the Athonian Camoshade, because that's one of the paints that are required that you don't get in the entire collection. And they do the same for the other 3 premium kits. They supply extra paint if you need it, but hopefully we're going to get them looking a little something like at the end. Where is it? There we go. We're gonna have them looking a little something like this. Though, if you follow me with my extra few tips and bits and bobs, I may actually get you to get these looking a little bit better. Like, I like the use of the Athonian Camoshade on them, it's a real grimy look, but it takes some of the fleshiness away from them. So I'm going to show you how to make that flesh look a bit more fleshy, essentially, less rotten corpsey. And then of course in the rest of it you have your war scrolls, so you can play with them with your existing scenarios and collection. And you also have a nice little playthrough here as well, where you actually get to use this as a terrain piece, which is the Ghoul King throne, which is actually available to purchase now. It's a faction specific item, terrain piece, sorry, that gives bonuses to the flesh eater quartz. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool little scenario here to get you using it. But enough of that, let's get to building. I'm just going to build one of these for you, and it's going to be the lead bone munching critical dude. Look at all the spare bones that you get that you can just glue to the hands as weapons and stuff. You could do a lot with these, especially with like tightening up your bases and stuff like that. So let's have a look at the legs. I'm gonna go for the one with the hook. Remember to identify the more delicate areas and clip those out first. Like the ankles on here will be a bit more delicate, so I'm gonna clip out the feet just under the toes. Don't worry too much if you snip part of the toes off, because once you base them you won't really notice. And then you can clip the thicker part out. Alright, we're also going to need an arm. We need 2 arms, a torso and a head. But his back is the big chunky one. There it is. So it's got most of a skeleton attached to it. Oh, that's his face. Oh, so that's with all of his bits all together there. Okay, whoops. Okay, so we'll just clip that out then. Let's give him a big club, big bone club. So that's one side. We need the other side. Do big open hand. There we go. Right. And then of course there's a skull for the skeleton on top. There we go. So you got two options for his head. These two here. So again, more variations. Right, now that we got these pieces clipped out, you just do a very quick clean up like that. I say very quick. These are older models, so there's a lot of mold lines, but don't worry too much because these are your chaff units. So you can spend the time to clean them up, or you can just take away the balls. Ah, there we go, look, they're already trying to suck my blood. So yeah, you could spend as much time as you like taking out those mold lines, or you could just get to those bits where you clipped it out, neaten them up, and leave the mold lines on, and just chalk it down to them having bad skin, and then we'll get back to you after. So once you have finished neatening up all the pieces that you need, get your super glue and just put a dollop on one of the feet like that, and just pop it on the base and give it a moment to dry. While that's drying, just seal that up because you ain't going to need that until your next model, and get your plastic glue. Right, with your plastic glue, you're just going to put a little bit where you need it, and then put the piece in place. Like that's the skull on the skeleton, and that super glue should have dried by now, so I should be able to just pop this on his legs like that. Oh, apparently not. You might find that there's some gaps or a little bit of fitting issue, but that's just because the molds which are used to make these are very old, and as a result the spaces in between the pieces have grown, so you might need to just hold things, add a little extra glue just to fill out those gaps. If you've got activator, you can use that, but what helps super glue dry faster is if you wet the other side that you're bonding. So you put a bit of the super glue on one side, a little bit of water on the other side, put it together, boom, makes that super glue react faster. There you go. It's an old trick that I used to use, and if I didn't have water I'd just spit on it. Okay, alright, now we're going to get the face on. Let's fill that up like that. And again, it's all posable as well because it's all ball joints, so feel free to position it while the glue is setting, like that. I think I'm going to have his head up more so it looks like he's growling upwards at the stormcast, because the stormcast would be towering over him. Just pop it in place like that. There we go. Okay, and there we have it. So ideally what you want to do to save any of the faffing around with the glue being wobbly or whatever is get your 5 bases, clip out 5 legs, clip out 5 torsos, 5 pairs of arms, 5 heads, any accessories, neaten them all up, and then glue one thing for each one. So glue the legs to the base on all 5, then glue the torsos on all 5, glue the arms on, and go like that, like a little conveyor belt. That's what you call batch building, kind of like when you do batch painting. And the idea is that by the time you finish the last one and you come back to the first one, the glue would have set enough that you'll be able to put more onto the model without it slanting or falling over or whatever. Another thing to do is, because these are older molds, and the gaps are a bit more noticeable is, say for example, you have an arm with the joint here. What you do, just scrape it a little bit, and what that'll do is make sure that any residual release agent that's on there, that, you know, allows the plastic to come out of the mold, is taken away, and at the same time it bears fresher plastic. Right, and you do the same on the socket, and this will increase the effectiveness of your plastic glue, this little thing here, at bonding it, and it will bond faster. Okay, now don't worry if you do get little gaps like this. It is kind of natural because the arms just slide about so much. You won't really notice. If you have a look, if you put it there, you can't really tell on the table, can you? And once it's all painted up and that, and you've got about 20 of them all running around, it's hardly any noticeable at all. So that's that. Let's do the rest, shall we?
So thank you again for watching. Please make sure that you click that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it so you don't miss a video when I upload more of these. I'm going to be doing a lot more on this kit of building and painting, and if you're very lucky, I'll even do the little playthrough, the scenario that comes in the book. Also, don't forget to go check out our merch store, where I now have a 10% discount going, so check it out. Use the code THC10 and you can get 10% off any of the stuff. We got brand new merch there, so if you want to have a look, link is in the description below. So thank you again for watching. Take care, stay safe, peace.